மார்க்சிஸ்ட் கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சியோட 24ஆம் மகாநாடுல வந்த எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம், வாழ்த்துக்கள். The Party Congress is the most important and supreme forum for the Communist Party. It is therefore appropriate that we are holding this Congress in Madurai, a city redolent with the ethos of ancient Tamil literature and culture, and which harmoniously combines the history of over 8 decades of the working class and communist movement. On this occasion, we remember the outstanding leaders of the communist movement, P. Ramamurthy, K.T.K. Thangamani, N. Shankaraya, and K.P. Janaki Ammal. All of them made distinctive contributions to the development of the Communist Party in Madurai and Tamil Nadu. Madurai has produced many communist parliamentarians and legislatures. To the Lok Sabha, it has elected communist members of parliament 6 times. K.T.K. Thangamani in 1957, P. Ramamurthy in 1967, P. Mohan in 1999 and 2004, and the current incumbent Su Venkatesan 2019 and 2024. Since the formation of the communist unit in Madurai in 1940, generations of communists have worked among the workers, peasants, and agricultural workers to build the party and the movement. We remember their contributions of all these communist men and women. I salute the memory of our martyr, Comrade Leelavati, a municipal councillor of the party in the city, who was killed by local criminal elements in 1997 for defending the people's interests. There are other innumerable martyrs produced in Madurai who sacrificed their lives in the cause of the working class. But there are so many, but I cannot name them all. There are on the dais 5 comrades who attended the 9th Congress of the CPIM held in Madurai in this very grounds, Tamugam grounds, 53 years ago. They are Comrade S. Ramachandran Pillai, Comrade Pinarayi Vijayan, Comrade Biman Basu, Comrade Manik Sarkar, and Comrade N. Ram. All of them are on the dais who attended the 9th Congress as delegates. This party Congress is being held at a poignant moment for us. The General Secretary of the party, Comrade Sitaram Yechuri, under whose leadership the preparations for the party Congress began, is no more with us. Faced with the unexpected situation, the Politburo and the Central Committee have worked collectively and unitedly to fulfill all the work for the holding of the 24th Congress. We shall forever cherish Comrade Sitaram's distinctive contributions to the theory and practice of Marxism. Comrades and friends, the main job of the Party Congress is to formulate a political tactical line which will set the direction for the party's political work. For this, it is necessary to have an accurate grasp of the essence of the political situation today, the class nature of the government and the ruling party, and the balance of class forces that exist. This exercise at times can be a complex one. However, at the present moment, it is relatively simple. Just ask three questions. Firstly, who claims to be the friend of Donald Trump? Second, who is the close friend of Gautam Adani and Mukesh Ambani? And third, who owes total loyalty to the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh? The answer to all these three questions is the same: Narendra Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his government represent the Hindutva corporate nexus that is closely allied to US imperialism. It is the BJP, RSS and the Hindutva corporate nexus underpinning it that needs to be fought and defeated. From coming to such an easy conclusion, a more complex question arises of how to fight the BJP, RSS combined effectively so as to isolate them and reverse the rightward shift. As Marxists, we know that no political domination that is exercised today by the Hindutva forces is through electoral means alone. This is a dominance acquired through the influence of the Hindutva forces that they exercise in the ideological, cultural and social spheres. This is a dominance enforced through authoritarian attacks on democracy and the Constitution. The political tactical line that we adopt in this Congress should take into account the waging of a multifaceted struggle against the BJP, RSS and the Hindutva forces. The party and the left have been conducting many struggles in defense of the people's livelihood and against the onslaughts of the neoliberal policies. But the masses who have mobilized in these struggles will be politicized only if there is a vigorous campaign amongst them against the reactionary and divisive Hindutva communalism. What is called for is the integration of the struggle against Hindutva communalism and the struggle against neoliberal policies. At this juncture, when we strive for the broadest mobilization of all secular forces against the BJP, it must be borne in mind that it is the left alone which is the consistent force which can firmly and uncompromisingly fight all manifestations of Hindutva and majoritarian communalism precisely because of our uncompromising stand on neoliberal policies. The Modi government in its third term is going ahead with the RSS-driven Hindutva agenda, aggressive neoliberal policies, and reinforcing authoritarianism. In this process, it is displaying neo-fascist characteristics. Implementing the fascistic agenda of the RSS entails the constant targeting of the Muslim minority. They are marked for persecution through communal violence perpetrated by the Hindutva outfits, aided and abetted by the state machinery in the BJP-ruled states. This state of perennial violence and intimidation directed against the Muslim community is part of the drive to create a permanent communal divide and to effect a pan-Hindutva consolidation. The Modi government has become a byword for crony capitalism. It seeks to privatize new sectors and provide new areas for profit maximization for the big monopolies. As a result, we are seeing unprecedented inequality, with the top 1% of the population owning 40% of the total wealth of the country. There are high levels of unemployment, particularly among youth, increased exploitation of labor through contractualization and informalization, and the fall in the share of wages in the net value added in the industrial sector. The condition of farmers and agricultural workers have also worsened due to the worsening agrarian crisis. The coming period will see an intensification of the class and mass struggles of the working people, and we must be prepared to give a political direction to these struggles. The government is going ahead with the implementation of the 4 labor codes which curtail the rights of workers. These anti-working class laws have to be fought. The central trade unions have given a call for a one-day strike on May 20th, demanding the withdrawal of these 4 labor codes. The left parties and all other class and mass organizations will work to make this strike a resounding success. The fact that the BJP lost its majority in the Lok Sabha and that the NDA does not command a 2/3 majority in either House of Parliament has not stopped the Modi government's authoritarian efforts to reshape the Indian state and the Constitution. The Constitutional Amendment Bill to bring about simultaneous elections to the Lok Sabha and the legislative assemblies is a direct assault on federalism and states' rights. The steps to curtail Parliament, weaken the higher judiciary, and erode the independent status of the Election Commission are still ongoing. Draconian laws like the UAPA and the PMLA are being used against opposition leaders. For the first time in independent India, 2 elected chief ministers were put in jail on so-called corruption charges. The authoritarian centralization drive, trampling upon the federal principle and are trampling upon the federal principle and the rights of the states. There is blatant discrimination in the allocation of funds to the non-BJP state governments. The BJP RSS combine manipulates sub-caste identities to maintain the caste system as the basic framework of social relations in India. The Manuvadi values are being insidiously infiltrated into the social and cultural spheres. The fight against the Manuvadi patriarchal system, which attacks the rights of women, Dalits and Adivasis, are an integral part of the struggle against the Hindutva forces. The party Congress will be addressing the prime issue of how to increase the independent strength of the CPIM. Taken the country as a whole, there has to be a planned effort to launch local struggles on class and mass issues, build the party at the grassroots, and streamline the functioning of the party organization. The LDF government in Kerala has been in the forefront in opposing the anti-people policies of the central government. Because the LDF government has sought to implement alternative policies, it is facing hostility and discrimination by the union government. The ongoing struggle in defense of federalism and states' rights by the LDF and the people of Kerala is an important part of the All India fight in defense of federalism and against authoritarianism. Comrades and friends, the Trump presidency signals a new chapter in the saga of US imperialism. Here is a more naked form of imperialist aggrandizement, territorial annexation, and squeezing the resources of even close allies is the norm. Trump is supporting Netanyahu's plan to obliterate the Palestinians from Gaza. Trump is taking aggressive steps against many countries of the global south. Despite all these, Prime Minister Modi remains supine and proclaims his fealty to Trump. The repercussions for our country are going to be severe. The Modi government is already surrendering India's vital interests on tariffs, on purchase of energy supplies and military equipment. A new front is opening up against the Modi regime and its close embrace of America. The CPIM and the left will be in the forefront against any compromising of India's sovereign interests. We must go forth and rouse the people against imperialist depredations and the servile attitude of the BJP rulers. US imperialism under Trump will launch new attacks through economic and trade wars, political and military interventions on countries around the world. This is the time for the CPIM and the left to actively develop anti-imperialist struggles and expose the pro-imperialist policies of the Modi government. Comrades, from this platform of the Congress, we express our full support and total solidarity with the Palestinian people who are facing a genocide in Gaza for the past 17 months, perpetrated by the brutal Zionist regime in Israel. That attack on Gaza and the killing of ordinary men, women and children is still ongoing there in Gaza. We condemn the shameful betrayal of the Palestinian cause by the Modi government and its blind support to Israel. We also greet the heroic people of Cuba and the Cuban government who have been valiantly opposing the inhuman economic blockade, which is now being further tightened by Trump, which has been imposed for more than 6 decades. We will always stand in support with socialist Cuba. Comrades and friends, this is the time to strengthen left unity and expand left intervention. The left is the only consistent force against neoliberal capitalism and who firmly defend the interests of the working people. It is the left which has the ideological wherewithal and convictions to fight and counter hindutva neo-fascism. It is only the left which can lead the fight against the imperialist designs on our country. The CPIM will work with all left forces to go forward towards the building of a left and democratic alternative. The CPIM will also renew its commitment to join hands with all secular and democratic forces to forge the broadest unity so that the struggle against the BJP RSS can be successfully concluded. From Madurai, let this call go out loud and clear. All left democratic and secular forces should unite to push back the dark forces of reaction. Let us work together to build a new India on secular, democratic and progressive lines towards people's democracy and socialism. Thank you.